Welcome to Nassau Bay Television. I'm Tim Healy, and I'm standing here with Jimmy Phillips, a wood sculptor. About how long ago did you get started, Jimmy?
I've been carving wood for 6 years now.
Okay, and when you say you carve wood, how do you go ahead and go about doing that?
I work in fairly large scale. I have a chainsaw, actually several chainsaws, and depending upon the size of work, I begin with large saws and work down to smaller saws, and then grinders and chisels and just about anything else I can find to remove the wood that doesn't belong.
Okay, now how did you get started on this?
I was cutting a tree down in my front yard, and it was about 6 years ago, and started doodling with a chainsaw, and someone saw what I did and asked if I could do it again, and I got a little obsessed.
Fantastic. Good obsession, though. Now, would you like to go ahead and show us how you kind of rough something out with a chainsaw?
I can do that right now.
Fantastic.
This is a piece called Fishing Buddies. It's made out of a piece of spalted pecan, and it came off of a project I did a couple of weeks ago. It was an enormous pecan tree I carved some horses out of. I'm going to use a chisel and hammer basically just to remove some of the negative spaces. While the chainsaw is easy and makes wood go away very quickly, it also can make too much wood go away very quickly. So when I start getting into negative spaces, I start using a hammer and a chisel, because it takes the wood out, but you don't have the danger of tearing up all of the surrounding work that was already completed. I'll be working on a pelican now. It's almost done. I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding on it, but when I first started this exercise, everybody wanted pelicans, and I thought I was too good to do nothing but pelicans. But now I kind of like pelicans. This thing is just about ready to get a urethane coat, which is going to make this grain just jump up off of the wood. It's going to be beautiful. This is a piece of cedar. I'm going to work on a little armadillo here for a minute. This is a piece of red oak that came out of a very popular, a high-end cemetery in Houston. What's it called? Glenwood Cemetery. Are you familiar with that? It's interesting. You ought to go look it up. All the big names in Houston are buried out there. Anyway, this is a big piece of red oak. They're all dying because of the drought out there. You go out there and look at this beautiful background, and there are all these dead trees, and they're taking them down. And he's getting pretty close, but he needs some work. I'm not too good with straight lines. But you really can't tell what he looks like unless you set him up. Oh. This is a horse. I had never done a horse, and I got commissioned to do 2 very large horses and a tree down in Missouri City. And the night before I went out to work on that thing, I roughed this out, and I've subsequently finished portions of it, but as you can see, the other parts of it are not finished at all. It's made of pecan, actually spalted pecan. It's got all this beautiful spalting out through the horse's snout, I guess. Horse's snout? I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with this piece. I like the head like that, and I like the irregular hole on this side and the dead in the tree, but so I haven't been able to bring myself to start working on anything in here. And I was able to do it by touch, and
I guess my next question, Jimmy, would be, how often do you make these, or in a short period of time, how many do you usually make?
It depends on how close I am to a show or something where I've got some pressure to deliver a lot, but in general, I try to start at least one new piece every day. And now that doesn't mean finish a new piece every day. It means I start at least one new piece every day, which is why it looks like a cheap souvenir shop around here. I mean, there's lots of incomplete pieces around. But then as I narrow and get closer to a show, I'll quit roughing out and I'll dedicate myself to trying to finish a bunch. And typically I can do, well, it takes 20 or 30 hours to complete a piece. But I've never done one start to finish, except for the ones I do in the field. The ones I do around here, I do bits and pieces on pretty much like you've been filming me today.
Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of do a little bit here and then go ahead and jump to another project and then come back.
I get bored easily.
Okay.
This one is called Modified Circle Hook, and it's made from a pecan burl that opened up, and I kind of left the top, and it's got a lot of spalting through it as well. It's a really pretty piece of wood. This is what I would consider a doodle. I started this piece because I knew the piece of wood was going to be beautiful, and I just started doodling, and that's what came out. Kind of neat.